2 on your side's Nate Benson is in the newsroom with the commissioner's response to that conversation. Nate?
Yeah, good evening, Dave. Commissioner Shields says that the public can expect arrests and charges very soon stemming from the shootings and street takeover during the 4th of July holiday. As for the alleged promoter of that street takeover, Buffalo police have not named them publicly yet, but Shields said she expects felony charges will be filed against him. She also addressed the 11 shootings that happened over the holiday weekend, saying that the department is making headway and multiple arrests are expected. The commissioner also addressed lawmakers in Lancaster who felt that the village was singled out during a press conference earlier this week.
I'll be the first to say I am sorry that they felt the criticism was directed at them. That was never the case. What the chief was trying to make a larger point of, is we had many individuals converge on the city who are not from the city of Buffalo. We could tell that either by what they had on their vehicles or the Ubers they were coming in, speaking with the Uber drivers. In no way, shape, or form did we want to isolate one jurisdiction or depict them as being the issue. This was a city of Buffalo incident, and it's mine to figure out how we get out of this and it doesn't occur again.
Now, the commissioner went on to say that the department relies on outside agency as partners for various law enforcement activity. As for how many arrests are expected as a result of the investigations into the weekend violence, Commissioner Shields did not provide a number, but said arrests were forthcoming nonetheless. On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Nate. This past weekend's street takeover event on Buffalo's East Delavan Avenue has sparked a search for solutions to prevent future incidents, and one idea being considered is a curfew. Channel 2's Ron Plants has a closer look, as Buffalo is not alone.
Scenes of the July 4th East Delavan mass gathering and the police response played over and over, but let's also look at Newport Beach, California, with a July 4th neighborhood takeover there. 400 arrests by police with reinforcements called in, some in riot gear, and even looting at an upscale grocery store. Then more summer street takeovers, organized by social media promoters in communities like St. Louis, Charlotte, and Indianapolis. And other calls for solutions to it all, like the curfew. In fact, a curfew for minors under 16 still technically on the books here in Buffalo after its 1993 City Council passage, calling for kids to be detained by cops to determine their status, and then parents or guardians held responsible for their lack of supervision, even with fines up to $200 for repeated violations. So some police perspectives on a renewed 30-plus year later curfew.
Would that have prevented what happened on the 4th of July weekend? The answer is no. People are still going to, gather and do what they want to do. And at that point, you're not worried about enforcing a curfew, you're worrying about clearing the street.
Then for police, logistics and legalities now in 2026.
Where do you go with them? How long can you hang on to them? What if you can't locate a parent? There's very specific laws now that have been modified in terms of when police take a juvenile into custody.
And then realities.
Some kids do fight back, and with the raise the age laws and stuff, we've defined a juvenile now as older than what used to be, and at 16, 17, they're not kids in a lot of people's opinions. I don't think it's going to have the effect. It's not going to change crime numbers. And unfortunately, juveniles that are engaged in criminal activity, true criminal activity, whether it's dealing drugs, guns, violence, there's crimes against those activities, and it's not preventing it. I respect the fact that it's being looked at as a potential tool in the toolbox, but with all these solutions, sometimes we create even more problems.
On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.